Welcome to Enhancing Your Empathic Journey Now. I am the AliNICOLE. Wow, she does it all. And I also serve as an Empathic-preneur Empire advisor. Happy because joining me in this segment is genuine empathic enhancer. Well, really, she's the genuine power empathic enhancer, Gina Gardiner, and also empathic power awakener, Brenda Jacobson. And we're going to be focusing on the empathic enhancement level up. And what's going to happen within this particular segment is that both Gina and Brenda will provide some tips and resources to either help you jumpstart and or level up the empathic enhancement factor, so to speak. So I just want to give them a warm welcome. And Gina, also at the end, I'm going to have you to kind of close us out and everything. But thank you both for being here.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I'm grateful to have you both back because you both have actually been in this segment. And actually, Gina was one of the kickoffs for this particular series. And so it's really been a privilege to have you both, on this platform and then having you both together. And of course, we do multiple things together, as it relates to the empathic community. So I, of course, feel right at home with with both of you here. So I just want to jump in and have, I'm going to actually start with Gina, if you don't mind, Gina, if I start with you and just ask you to provide at least one or two empathic enhancement tips for those who are either jump starting, but also for those who are just trying to level up. And then Brenda, you can follow her right after she finishes.
Right.
Okay, so first thing is, ultimately, you are the person who is going to determine how well you do. There is no time to delay, and it is time to stop bumbling about, worrying about the past. The past offers you an opportunity, a gift, to actually learn and to move forward. So be really aware of your patterns of thinking, emotion, language, and action. And think whether or not they empower you, enable you to step into your true power in order for you to help others, or whether they're holding you back. And there are so many patterns of thoughts and behaviors and so on that just act like a chain yanking you back into the past. Either do it or don't, but don't get caught in the quicksand of thinking that you're trying when actually you're not. And in terms of doing that audit, be really honest, but don't be brutal. Don't get caught up in the judgment of I shouldn't have done, the story that you tell yourself. It is what it is. Now you're aware, the important thing is what are you going to do with it? And ultimately, you need to be the pattern, the trendsetter for your clients. And so if you're holding on to old stuff, how can you expect your clients to fly? And you really have a really important thing. That's my first tip. And my second is, you're here for a really important reason. You have a divine purpose. I haven't yet met an empath who hasn't got a really strong sense of purpose. So if this is your divine purpose, then surely there's a recognition that universal consciousness, source, God, whatever term you use, believes you're up to the job. So all of the time that you're feigning that you can't do this, you haven't got enough skill or time or worth, just recognize that that is a story that you are telling yourself. And that story is not true unless you choose to make it true. Because whatever you believe becomes your reality. So sort your beliefs out and make sure they're empowering. Got lots more. Do you want me to share the resources now or at the end?
No, go ahead and share, how you can help. And I do want to ask you this to speak to the empath that needs to level up, because we know there are different levels of empaths, and there are some who are not, in the place of necessarily being stuck or needing to have a, kind of a boot camp type of thing. There are the ones, just like yourself, who are already in motion, already in action, and they're just looking, how do we enhance this? How do we level this up? So if you could speak quickly to that, and then share any resources or platforms or something that you want to offer, at this time, and then Brenda can follow the same protocol, and then I'll, bring you back in afterwards to wrap us up. Mm-hmm.
I've met and worked with so many very powerful empaths who are doing great work. But the reality is that they haven't scratched the surface. It's a bit like an iceberg. It's just the top 10%, if you like, that's showing. Mm-hmm. And in my work with empaths, one of the things that I think has made the difference, that they have recognized that they stay within the comfort zone. They're very comfortable doing what they're doing. They love to help people and to serve people. But actually, it's now time to get out on a bigger stage, to be doing something with bigger numbers. And we've been talking about how writing and creating publications can not help you level up, but actually then you have a resource for the masses. So what I would say to you is, if you have this sense of a divine purpose, recognize that we need you to be doing that on a grand scale. We need you to be the leader of leaders, to be in the vanguard, to step out of your comfort zone and to reach for things which may feel like a huge stretch. But ultimately, the more you open up, the more the possibilities and opportunities come. And so whether you're at the beginning of your journey and you're dealing with old patterns, or you are someone who's well into your journey, just recognize you ain't seen nothing yet. You want to deepen and expand your evolution, your transmogrification, if you like, into who you are actually destined to be. Now is the time to step up. Now, I've got a whole series of books, Harness Your Power as an Empath, Accelerate Your Empathic Potential. They're for people who are dealing with the patterns that are keeping them stuck. And there's a boot camp, a 30-day boot camp, to help people really accelerate that. If you are already very powerful and you want to be even more so, then Soar to New Heights as an Empath is there for you. And if you want to write, then there's 2 publications, one specifically for empaths and the other just general, about becoming, stepping into your power the right way. And all of those are on Amazon. There are VIP intensives available on Gina Gardiner Associates. And for this summer, I've got a special deal, because I know that time is of the essence. And that is grouping together 3 VIP intensives as one bundle. And there's a special price for that. If you're interested, then email me at Gina, Gina, at genuinely-you.com. So,
wonderful.
Thank you.
Let me ask a question really quick, because there may be people who are listening to this even after, the summer. Will you still honor that for them?
If they give the title of this video, I will honor the special bundle price.
Okay, wonderful, great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I'll be bringing you back in shortly. Awesome empowerment and enhancement. All right, Brenda.
I'm up. 2 tips, right?
At least 1 or 2.
1 or 2. The first one that absolutely foundational to awakening into this new energy is to become a really avid vibration seeker. Be very aware of how you're vibrating, whether you're in those lower vibrations that contract your world, or whether you have moved into the upper vibrations where your world expands and all kinds of possibilities and opportunities present themselves. We go on a continuum, and it's up and down all the time. The sooner that you can catch yourself when you go into a contracting phase, the easier it is to turn it around. So if you are very diligent about watching your vibration, watching your, the emotions are the signposts of there. If you're feeling angry or depressed or hopeless or, ashamed of something, any of those things are contracting emotions. And just turn it around and just automatically think about something that you're grateful for or that you
Yes.
appreciate or that makes you laugh, or you can do that right on the spot. As soon as you identify where you're vibrating, just turn the boat around and start thinking about expanding your world. So that would be just absolutely essential
That's
before you can
essential.
move on to this acceleration path. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the one. The other
Mm-hmm.
one, there's God, Gina, you touched on so much of that. I think that what I would say for my second tip is when you're ready to make a move, which is now, there's always moves to make.
That's
Have the
right.
courage. Find courage within you and take that step. And often what will block courage for us is pride. Not wanting to look bad, wanting to look good. More often it's not wanting to look bad. Um, but just being able to step into that regardless of what pride is telling you, because pride is just a phantom out there. So when you hit up against a wall like that, just have the courage, bear down, and take that one step through, and your whole world will open up for you. That would
Absolutely.
be my top two tips.
Yes, that is great. Wonderful. And please share any resources or, your website, just anything that you have to offer to help others either jump start or just level up.
Okay. My website is awakeningconsciously.com. There's a lot of resources on there. We run, 3-day intensives. We break that down into 1-day deep dives on each of the chakras within the system. We explain the importance of each of those. We have self-directed courses where you log on, you take the content at your own pace, and you
Mm-hmm.
join a community call every week, whenever you can make it. The power really is in the community on those. It's knowing
Mm-hmm.
that you're not alone on this journey, knowing that this is a new world and we're all traveling on this path together. Some are
That's
ahead
right.
on some things, some others are ahead
Mm-hmm.
on other things. The power really comes from that community support and the
Mm-hmm.
conversations that happen there. So that's vital. On publication wise, I've got a lot of books up on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Relevant to this would be my series that starts with the basics of harnessing your chakra power. That's an
Mm-hmm.
overall book of the chakra system. And then along in that series, there's 7 other books that go deep into each of the 7 chakras and
Mm-hmm.
what energies they represent, what kind of things block them. Usually there's a contracting emotion like fear, guilt, shame that blocks the health of that emotion, that distorts the shape of that chakra. So all of that is addressed. Healing strategies are addressed in there.
Nice.
And then again, with those things, you can always jump onto a weekly call.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
that's great for
Wonderful.
people who are just starting out, just trying to figure out how they're going to wake up
Mm-hmm.
and join this flow into the 5th dimension, into the new world.
Yeah,
For those
definitely.
that are already there, I've got my Accelerate.
Mm-hmm.
Where, geez, I always draw a blank on this. Accelerate your chakra power. Um,
Well,
awake.
you've got a lot of resources on Amazon, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have the link, to the publications, the relevant publications, and your websites, and everything. So I'll make sure that those are,
That
within
would
the
be great.
description.
There is
Mm-hmm.
the Awakened Empath, the
Yes.
Accelerate Your Awakening. All of
Yeah,
them
the
are
Accelerate Your Awakening.
intentional type things. Yeah, all of them are intentional journals where you can, with mini courses in them, where you can really start to explore deep within yourself
Mm-hmm.
and come up with your own answers. They're not my answers that I'm force feeding you. They are
That's right.
guidance to discovering your own answers
And
that
that's
are
what it's about.
living and breathing deep within you. So that's,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yes, thank
lots
you
of help for
both.
people.
Absolutely, those are great. the enhancement aspects that you both shared, and I thank you both, for being able to come and share these tips, and also the resources, and most importantly, making yourself available to the empathic community during this time, so that they know that at different phases they have trusted, supported guides to be able to help them, go from each phase of evolution, to the next. And so I think that's important, because sometimes people they feel like they need to see a whole picture, even though you just have to start with where you are. But if they already know that there are people who can take them from concept to completion in their growth and evolution, then I think it makes them feel more solid,
Yeah.
to know that they have someone who's going to help carry them throughout the journey. And we all offer our gifts, in this way. I do want to share real quick. The platform for this particular series, and it is on Tumblr, and it is Enhancing Your Empathic Journey Now. And you'll be able to, find different resources and some upcoming trainings and different things and replays of this entire series that will be on there. Also, you'll find even information about every guest that has been on this, particular platform, and in more extensive of what they do. And so the one thing that I want to say before I have Gina to actually come forth, and close us out, she always brilliantly has that empowerment energy to bring forth a greater awareness of the enhancement. Something I want to say to those who already know this is it. You're here, and this particular call here is more of just an empowerment aspect to enhance the part of the journey that you're on now, because there are these groups of empaths who have been waiting for a trio such as this, and some of the others, that have been on this platform. The ones who are really ready and say, hey, we've been waiting on this experience for the new opening to the new gateway. And we just want to make everyone feel not just welcome, but to already know that you're at home, and this is the place that you need to be, because this is the new experience that you have been not just waiting on, you've prepared for it, and it is here for you now. And so I'm excited, because not just with these two, but others who are coming up more in their empathic experience, that are going to be able to help facilitate a greater experience, for those empaths. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you again, Gina and Brenda, for the enhancement that you have provided today. And before Gina wraps us up, Brenda, do you have any final words, or Gina, you have any final words to add to your closing?
I don't think so. I think just what I have ready for the closing will be it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
I think I'm good. Just excited to be on this journey as the community grows around this. Very exciting for me.
Absolutely. Thank you. I share in that excitement too.
The way that it strikes me is that many empaths, not all, but many empaths spend their childhood and their early adulthood feeling that they don't quite fit in, that they're not quite sure that they belong. And that, for many empaths, creates a problem. But I want everybody who's watching or listening to this to recognize that that was preparation, because it's all about divine timing. And now is the time. And instead of you not fitting in and not feeling as if you belong, just recognize that everything that has happened is preparation for this moment now. Now is the launch pad. Now is the time for you to really accelerate your journey and to own who you are, the whole of the most incredible being that you are. We need you, but there is no time for you to delay. We're here to help you, but you've got to help yourself. and we're offering you lots of resources to do that. But in the end, the person that's going to make the biggest difference to your growth and development, your success, is you. So please, a real plea from me, step into your power and be the being that you were destined to be, because the world needs you in a way that it has never needed you before. It's time to step up. So thanks for joining us, and we all look forward to making contact with you and seeing what amazing things you can do individually in the world, but collectively. Think of the energy that and the shift and the change that we can create together. So thanks very much. Take care now. Bye-bye.